Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, Beatles buddies around the world. It is Stevie T here with you once again from the Mop Top Tours. That's Liverpool's favourite Beatles tour, coming at you live this morning from the historic, or this afternoon, from the historic village of Walton. And as you can see, it's a beautiful sunny day here in Liverpool, and I'm just taking for a little walk around Walton this morning, so welcome on board. If you've been round here before, hopefully you'll see something new today, and if you haven't been with us before, lots of new people have joined the page in the last couple of weeks. A very warm welcome on board to you people. Thanks very much for joining us. We really appreciate your company. This wouldn't be half as much fun without you. So this is Walton Village. It's a historic village, it's Walton. It dates back to the Domesday Book of 1086, so it's a very historic village. I'm live round the world. I'm getting heckled here, ladies and gentlemen. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so it's a historic village, and it grew more recently as a mining village for the local stone quarries, because there were lots of quarries in this area. Hence the local school to here was called Quarry Bank High School. That's the school where John Lennon attended, and that's where he formed his first group, the Quarrymen Skiffle Group. And today we are going to be walking in the footsteps of the Quarrymen Skiffle Group as I take you for a little walk around Walton Village. So like I say, welcome on board to everyone. Thanks very much for joining me today. Yeah, let's just turn you around for a sec so I can have a little hang on a minute, what's going on here? There we go. Yeah, so what have I been up to today? Well, an early start on Stevie T transfers this morning, but I've finished for the day now. I've been working on this weekend's show, my radio show for Saturday night, which I've been working on the last couple of days. I do hope you'll come and join me if you haven't already. It's an online station, it's a local community station called L8 Radio. You can go onto Facebook, look up L8 Radio, and if you scroll down a little bit down the page, you'll see a photograph or a poster of me on there, the man with the perfect face for radio. So if you do go over there, come and say hi, and I hope you'll join me on the radio show. I've got a fantastic show lined up for this week, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, because this is Easter week, of course, and it's the Easter bank holiday here in the UK this weekend. And on Saturday night I've got a fantastic show lined up for you with some really, really great music, which I know you're going to love. It's a 1-hour show packed with film and TV trivia, loads of great music, and this week you've also got the chance to win a free Mop Top Tour with Stevie T and a goodie bag to go with it as well. Okay, so do go and check it out. It's L8 Radio on Facebook. Go and have a look for me and come and say hi. I'll say hi back. Okay, right, back to what we're on about. We're in Walton. If you've just joined us, good morning or afternoon. Good afternoon. Stevie T here with you from the Mop Top Tours, of course. Liverpool's favourite Beatles tour. Out and about this morning in Walton. I'm just stopping off at a few little nice photographic stops for you here, in case anybody wants to get any pictures as we go. There's a nice photograph for you. They're having a little go at Walton in bloom, I think, this year. And Interchurch Road, And in front of us there we have, of course, St. Peter's Church. I know lots of you will recognise this, people who have been on the tours with us, on the Mop Top Tour, or any other tour for that matter. You may have come through here if you've been on other tours in Liverpool. And I know lots of people on board who are locals anyway. We have lots of local people that come and say hi on the Mop Top Tour, which is really nice to have a few locals on saying hello. So good morning to you, or afternoon to you. And this is quite a historic village, like I say, because apart from the fact it was a mining village, the local stone from here was used for the building of the Anglican Cathedral. So if you're familiar with the great big cathedral in the city centre, I've took you down there before on virtual tours. The local stone from Walton was used for the building of the Anglican Cathedral, the 5th largest cathedral in the world. But apart from all that, it's most famous for Beatles fans as being the place where John and Paul first met. So I'm going to take you for a little walk and show you where all this happened, or that neck of the woods anyway. So starting us off then with this fine building here, which is St. Peter's Church. Which isn't actually that old. It's only just over 100 years old, St. Peter's. In fact, there are sections of it that are just a few years old, because it had an extension put on it a few years ago. It was that busy here with people coming to church, they had to put an extension on. Isn't that incredible? So there you go, and that's the St. Peter's Church, 12:30, is it? I think that clock's a bit fast. Oh no, it's dead on, look at that. Somebody's been up and put the clocks forward. Someone's been on the ball there this week, or this weekend, because the clocks went forward on Saturday night here. So well done to whoever did that, well done to you guys if you've been watching. So there we go. Good morning, good morning. And this was John's local church. This is where Aunt Mimi used to bring John each Sunday, usually under protest, but he would come along anyway. And he did actually get quite involved with the church goings on here. Oh, it's open as well, look. And he was in the choir here. He was in the Boy Scouts here, the Sunday school, and he was also a bell ringer here as well, apparently. They've just recently discovered that he used to be a bell ringer here. So he did get quite involved with all things church. And every year in Walton we have an annual festival called the Walton Village Fete, which is like a big garden party organised by the church. And these have gone on for years. We still have them till this day. I think last year was the first time we've not had one, and that was just due to the coronavirus pandemic. The sooner we stop having to say that word, the better. And these Walton Village Fetes used to take place in the church field here. Where the graveyard finished here, this was the church field of St. Peter's. So this, for many years, this is where the Walton Village Fete took place. And it was at one of these Walton Village Fetes where John and Paul first met. Because what had happened was, the Reverend Price, who was the Reverend here at the time, got word that John had formed a group and he wanted some exciting live entertainment putting on. And he invited John to come and bring his Quarrymen skiffle group along to perform here at the Walton Village Fete. Exactly where they were set up, we can't quite get to the bottom of. Even some of the quarrymen tell different stories, but some say it was over here by where this tarpaulin is. Some say it was on the other side of that fence. There's a bit of a question mark on it, but I think what they're all agreed on is it was a long time ago. And they're all getting on a bit now, so nobody can quite remember by the sounds of things. But anyway, that's where the Walton Village fete took place. And who was in the audience that day? A young Paul McCartney, who had been brought along by a mutual friend, a lad called Ivan Vaughan. Ivan was from Walton. He was a good friend of John's. In fact, he sometimes played in the Quarrymen skiffle group. But Ivan went to the same school as Paul, the Liverpool Institute in town. And it was Ivan who had the idea that these two young men may be good together as musicians. So it was Ivan who invited Paul along that day to come and see John. So for the very first time, Paul saw John up on the stage performing with his Quarrymen skiffle groups, socking it to them, and was suitably impressed. But that's not where they first met. They didn't actually meet till later that day. And I'll take you over to the place where they first met right now. How's everyone doing this morning anyway? Thanks very much for joining me. Let's just say a few quick hellos to folk just while we're out. We've got Liz Pisani, good morning Liz. John the pop singer, good morning John. Laurie Kewen, Steph and Dina and Stevie, Stephen Maybe, Josie Taff, hello Josie, one of our Mop Top Tour guests. Ellis Rogers, we've got Sarah on, hi Sarah. We have Carol, Rona, if she's still watching, give us some thumbs up Rona if you're still on. Rona's from Walton, in fact she lives just around the corner from me, Rona. We've got Ingemar Pinnen Johansson, who I think might be a friend of a friend. It is, isn't it? That's Johansson. That's Sebastian's father, I think, who's a regular tour guest, and he's a good old pal of the Mop Top. Some thumbs up, thanks very much. Yeah, Sebastian's, you're Sebastian's dad, aren't you? And Ingemar's been on the tour as well. I can't quite see the profile pics, I can't see. Who else have we got? Alan Kenny, hello! Alan, how are we doing? Is the chippy open? I don't know. I'm not going near chippies at the moment. I am on a keep fit regime, not a keep fat regime. Andy Cross. And hello. Oh, we've got Jenny on as well from... that's somebody calling me. Yeah, so thanks very much everyone for hopping on board. Right, let's get back to the subject in hand. Beautiful day here today. It's a little bit breezy. I was down by the waterfront this morning and it was blowing a hoolie. Sorry about the phone ringing. I'll have to give him a call back. Right, so just to pick up back up on the story then, those of you who are still with us. So there's the church. That's where we had the Walton Village fete in the afternoon, and then in the evening we had the grand dance, which was held across the road in this building here, St. Peter's Church Hall. And this is where the Quarrymen were appearing alongside the George Edwards band, the big dance band who were playing Glenn Miller type music, all that dance type stuff. And the Quarrymen skiffle group playing a bit of rock and roll for the young ones. And it was early evening. This is where the Quarrymen were kind of warming up before the show. And Ivan brought Paul along to meet his friend John. And he was introduced to John on the stage steps of St. Peter's, where Paul played his little audition tune, 20 Flight Rock, this is where that happened. And John was suitably impressed and very quickly got word to Paul that he wanted him to join the group. And as John famously said, that was the day that I met Paul, that it started moving. And that's what it says on this plaque over here, which was unveiled in 1997 on the 40-year anniversary of the day that John and Paul first met. This was unveiled by some of the surviving members of the Quarrymen to celebrate the 40-year anniversary, and they did a reunion show and have been playing together ever since. How cool is that? Ladies and gentlemen, did you like that? Okay, well that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to get out of here now. I'm going to go back now. I'm going down back home now into my home studio to get into some more work on the radio shows. So like I say, come and check those out. Come and say hello on the radio station Facebook page. The letter L and 8, L8 Radio on Facebook. Scroll down until you find the poster of yours truly. Say hi and I will say hi back, and hopefully you'll be able to join me on Saturday night for the mystery movie show. If you can't tune in on Saturday night at 8 o'clock, you can always catch up on it on the podcast, because if you look you'll be able to find the podcast on there. So if you missed last Saturday's, you can still go and listen to that now on the podcast. I think you'll have lots of fun. I'm still getting lots of people sending me messages how many points they got. In the middle of the night they send me messages. Oh yeah, they seem to forget that I'm in bed at that time of night, but anyway. It's always lovely to hear from you. Just not at 3 o'clock in the morning, guys. Anyway, that's me out of here now. So thanks very much for joining me this morning. I hope you've enjoyed your little walk around Walton. So that's saying peace and love from Stevie T. Catch up very soon, and bye for now.